Hello everyone, this is In-Game Arts. We do another unboxing and the breakdown of the demo. This is Stardew Valley, the Collector's Edition. This is the first physical release ever for Stardew Valley. I want to start off by saying that the game on disc has the update 1.04, which comes with a lot of the tweaks and fixes for the console version of the game, as well as a couple extra little things here and there. It's basically just patches and fixes and stuff like that. But it doesn't really add too much, but it comes with a lot of the already pre-released updates that came out before that. It just comes with the updates that got released when it got the console release. It already has all the updates that got released prior on the PC. But Stardew Valley was an interesting game I bought back on the PC, and I got pretty far on the PC version. And then I downloaded it on the console version because I wanted to support the developer because I was really hoping for a physical release. And I'm really glad to see it got a physical release with the most recent update of 1.04 on it. Now, I'm sure there's going to be more updates to it. I kind of wish that the developer would have waited on the physical release and waited for a little bit more updates, because I know he's going to update it a little bit more. So I was really hoping that he was going to wait for it. But to start off, I love the fact you can create your character, you can pick an animal, you can even select your own farming at the beginning. So when this game first released, you only had the base standard version of the farm. Well, now you have like a mountainy farm, you have the plains farm, you have a watery farm, you have a spooky farm. You got all these preset farms you can play now, and it's almost like a form of difficulty setting. Because you will be losing farmland if you pick one of the other different farms than just the base plain farm, which makes things harder because now you have less space to grow your crops. But it will have its own benefits here and there because it's a different kind of farm. But to talk about Stardew Valley was a very well-made game. It's not a most original idea kind of game. If anyone ever played the game Harvest Moon or that of Ruin Factory, I forget, I think it's Ruin Factor. It's kind of like taking those two games and put them together almost, where you can build up a farm, make money, and you can just spend your entire time doing that too. As well as you can build relationships in the game, like get close with some of the residents in the town, as well as get married and even have children. And as well, there's going to be special dialogues. Each character will have their own benefits. You can marry same sex as well, so if you prefer it that way, or if that's how you are, then go ahead. That's great. I like how it gives people multiple choices. But I like how it also has the ruin exploration as well, where you can go ruin and fight monsters and stuff like that in combat and getting extra gear and then getting resources and so on and so forth. And that's always great. I'm really glad it has all these combinations to it, because when you first start this game, you have no idea. Because when I went into it, I had no idea it had monsters and stuff like that. I was blown away by that. But it adds so much little bitty content that flows well. Not everything is perfectly fine in my opinion. There are some things I probably would have changed. The combat is a little clunky at times, and it's not the most fluid experience. And there are certain things about the farming thing that I wish they could have maybe went with a different design, like what you're seeing right now. I'm not a big fan of having to water things. It's a little bit of a pain, but you get water. You will be able to upgrade your farm, get water sprinklers and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. You'll get things that make the system better. But all in all, there's just, of course, simple game gripes. But for what it is, it's still an amazing experience. But to point out, Stardew Valley is one of those games. It's not a game you can just pick up and go. It is, but let's just say it's not something that you can just immediately complete. It's an endeavor game. It's a game you have to dedicate some time to, because there's so much that happens in the game, and it doesn't happen until you've played the game for several, not real life years, but years in the game, and things won't trigger until certain points in the game, as well as that the town has its own festivals that only happens within its time seasons. So, like I said, it's a game that you got to dedicate your time to putting into it, but you're always getting experience. You're always finding something little new here. There's always some fascinating thing you can explore and experience in the game. So it's always offering you something new to at least check out and have some fun with. It is a worthy thing to put on your shelf, and I'm so glad it got a physical release as it did. Stardew Valley was one of those games I was really looking for a physical release, and all in all, the console version is not bad. It's not the most best port. There are some things that's a little clunky, like some of the navigation menus could have been a little bit easier designed for console, but at least the right joystick will work like as a mouse, so you can still grab your cursor and move around with it and click stuff, but you'll still be able to do certain functions with buttons, but it could have been more optimized better for console. because there's certain things you'll notice that could have been done a little better if it had maybe a bigger budget, better more time, so on and so forth. And I'm sure, I mean, sadly, a lot of it's going to be fixed probably on some patches in the future. And that's why I said I wish that maybe the developer would have a little bit of waited for the physical release until we maybe got a few more patches in there. So that way the console version would have been even better. But I like how the console version has the manual, it has the map, and it comes with the full soundtrack. And the soundtrack in the game is amazing. The story is a very heartfelt story. You can even have two kind of like different branches of the story you want to go to. It's almost like you want to support the small business or you want to support the big business. It's almost that factor. It's up to you on that. But as I said, there's just many things that can be unlocked and explored in the game. Gives you a lot to offer in such a small game, as well as you can construct your house as well, upgrade your house, buy parts, move the furniture and stuff like that, as well as buy chicken pens, buy horses and stuff like, even ride the horses, get cows and stuff like that, and get a greenhouse. It's just, there's a lot to offer with such a simple game, and it's just, I think it's one of those games that you should just try to sit down and play. As I said though, you got to give your time to it, because you can't just get in there and expect to already have one heck of a harvest and stuff like that. But it's one of those games that I'm proud to have on my shelf, and I think everyone should sit down and play, because it's just a charming little game, and it always just reminds me of Terraria, because it just has that Terraria feel to it, and I particularly really like Terraria. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. But like always, I will leave links down in the description if you're interested in a copy. I can't highly recommend it any more than I already have. It's beautiful sprite graphics, beautiful music, addicting gameplay that you can gather a lot of your time into and making one heck of a farm, and as well as there's just many things you can do. So, as I said, the links are down in the description if you're interested in a copy. And if you want to see more videos from me, hit that like, subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!